Hello everyone, this is Daiichi speaking, about to get into the second episode of The Last Door, so join with me as we begin this adventure in horror. Now unfortunately I've already played through, I would say maybe a third of the game because my system decided to crash. But fortunately I didn't get too far ahead, so obviously the game starts with an introductory scene here, just like in the first episode. And I will not be reading these, only because I've said before that I have some religious issues that just don't feel like committing blasphemy. Although, speaking of daily bread, I am somewhat hungry. Sort of a trilby style text scroll across the screen. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen my Trilby series, might as well go and check those out at some point. Once again, a wonderful soundtrack by Carlos Viola. Truly captures that Victorian feel. Now this game is actually much scarier than the first one, at least the introduction is. So that's why I feel so bad, because I was screaming my head off when I originally played this game. And so that sort of surprise isn't going to be there. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Sort of this limbo style, black and white. Oh, who is it? Is it him? Is that Anthony? What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. Oh, it sucks that I know what's going on, because it was so terrifying when I first played it. When I count to 3, you'll wake up. One. 2. Oh, okay. Oh, 3. Now wake up. Wake up. You can rest now, Mr. Devitt. That will be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I'm confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, a complete darkness where an evil dwells deep below, forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear has already awoken. I can understand why you're disturbed, Mr. Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. If you think it would help, Doctor, I leave it in your hands. The agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man can help, then I welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you have let your wife Anna die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that, beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning to ward me from a genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity? Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easily again until I go back to that boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Love the music. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. Very Leighton-esque, that much I will say. And certainly this episode is much more cinematic, at least as far as a pixel game can get. Takes the time to draw out the narrative and sort of, I mean, it's never going to be like watching a CGI scene, obviously, but at least it gives you a feel for what was going on. Chapter 2, Memories. An old, quite damaged mailbox. There's a postcard inside the mailbox. Dear Matthew, it has been several months and I still have heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and the honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a hospital in London. I pray that it reaches you safely. If that's the case, I want you to know that I will be always waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. The Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but it looks neglected and dirty now. The stone eagle lies on the floor. It appears to have broken off of the fountain. And of course, once again, you can observe these various things that you pick up. So the stone eagle had once belonged to the Angel Gabriel fountain. Now, the first time that I played through, okay, that noise that you hear. So I'm wearing headphones, you know, and the sound is directed only into the right ear. So I kept going back this way, and I was just like, "What's going on? Who's coming from behind me? Is someone going to kill me?" Good evening. I hope you're right, and this indeed be a good evening. My name is Devitt. I didn't know there was a cemetery here. My pleasure, Mr. Devitt. I'm Frank Baldwin. Don't ask me why, but Monsignor specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Why? I don't understand. What is there to understand, Mr. Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Oh, don't you know? Here we take care of patients. I'm an old alumnus. I used to attend the school. It has been a long time since it's not a boarding school anymore. The building is now used as a nursing home run by nuns. A former student, eh? I never heard anybody in the village speak fondly of the school. They say it closed overnight, though nobody knows why. Not a lot was known about it. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. I'll leave you with your work. Have a nice evening, alumnus Devitt. Could this be the famous Alec Baldwin, famed actor of the stage? Doubtful. Right, what have we got here? A piece of old fishing net. Picked up. Many years adrift have perfectly smoothed this flotsam into a small log. So, this beach, Lost Pilgrim, a sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. The cliff somehow looks very inviting. I wonder how many poor souls have jumped from it. So, immediately I begin to suspect that someone is going to kill themselves at some point during the game, although that has not borne out yet. A locked wood coffin badly finished. It seems that whoever made it was a bit rushed to finish. And see, now this is one of the huge differences in the game, is that you actually can talk to people. Pardon. Excuse me, sister. And she's not very friendly. Good evening. Hello. McFly! Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here? Mr. Devitt. I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, it stopped being an academic institution a long time ago and is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of the patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to you? Mr. Devitt, I'm afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there's little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody but Monsignor, of course. Monsignor? Exactly. But you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. Couldn't tell you why this place is so important to me, but it is. A lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. By the way, the punctuation in this game is atrocious. Not only, they don't seem to know when to use commas or periods and things like that. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. Oh, and also this coughing that you hear in the background, when I originally played through, I actually believed that it was coming from behind me, so I was terrified. Doctor. I'm sorry. I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind. He's been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother Matthew. Juliet, cough. Where have you left me? Why don't you answer my letters? Cough! My letters. You see, the poor man is still obsessed with his wife. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vinge. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Oh, but guess what we found earlier? A postcard to Matthew. Uh-oh. The one advantage that you have in watching this after I've already gone through some of it is that at least the pace is a bit more quick. Mr. Vinge, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it to me if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who's written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you're recovering. I wish that. Oh, she skips a part. Your beloved sister and you come back home soon. See, she's skipping reading parts of it that are obviously romantic. What a woman. Among the baggages, I can see a packet of letters bound by twine. Uh-oh, so what are these? Among the... Okay. Wait, what? Why is it giving me the same description now that it's actually inside my inventory? That makes no sense. My letters. All the letters I wrote to dear Juliet. You never posted them. But why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? Cough! How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refuse to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. Her only interest is in marrying someone of your status, of our family status. It was for your sake I did this. I did it to protect you from that woman's treachery. No, you only thought about yourself, of your vanity. I can't bear to look upon you anymore, Mary. Leave me be. From this day forth you are no sister of mine. You dare banish me, I who have stayed by your side all through your illness. Very well, Matthew, you will have your way. I will leave you, and then you'll see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. Now that's not pleasant. Thanks be to the Lord that you have come to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please, take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It is my lucky coin, though I hope it serves you better than it has myself. I hope it brings me better luck than to Mr. Vinge. We can all only hope for that. A magazine entitled Weird Tales. What happened to you? Are you alright? There was a rhythmic sound, like a breathing. But when? Last night I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough, like tree bark, brushed against my leg, and I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp and there was nothing. Madam. The poor woman has fallen into an uneasy, fitful sleep. He is a quite pale young boy. He is asleep. Please, someone, piety. I'm sorry, you can't be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there, next to the statue of the lady. Don't you think she's beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. A gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful, if that's possible. I unlocked the door. This will actually let you back out. So it takes you right back into the Gravediggers area. Alright, so gloomy, religious stuff that makes you feel depressed. Got it. Now this is interesting. It's the old classroom. See the desks. I remember that we used to keep here some textbooks. Now there's a music box. A music box. Probably it belonged to one of the students. Should I take a stone to it? No, probably wouldn't serve any purpose. Should I take a net to it? No, covering it won't do any good. A log to it? Wooden stick is too thick to use it for winding the music box. I would need something thinner. So for some reason, the lucky coin, it does work. Oh, it's so sweet. Dear brother, I've received your letter and I'll try to write you more frequently. I hope you're studying a lot and you feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father is in bed with fever and I do not feel very well, but I'm on medication. Today it's my birthday and I'm feeling blue. It's a quiet and boring Sunday at the village. Mom is going to cook a lemon cake as then Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Right back soon. I'm looking forward to knowing how you're doing, what you're learning, how's Scotland, so on. A big hug. I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. There's not too much to find in the classroom. Not seeing anything. There's an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it's been there for years as the chalk has faded in some places. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seems unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of a lecture for no reason, even during his favorite class, theology. January 18th, 1876. Today Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment that he was expelled from class for it, and even Devitt was admonished just for reading a philosophy book. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire toward me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. Okay, so remember the character that you're playing is Devitt, I believe. January 21st, 1876. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture, he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit. January 22nd, 1876. Father Eugene taught our theology class today, even though he does know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what had happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had taken ill. What worries me is that now Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th, 1876. It's been a month since we've seen Father Ernest. We're told that he's still sick, but if he's so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps as much as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd, 1876. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why. We can't get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodged the question. I am starting to think they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they tried to hide it behind a calm face. But what about Father Ernest? I hear he alone is to remain after we vacate the premises. Oh, there's a picture in the diary. It's the photograph of my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, and Anthony. I don't remember the names of the others. One face has been completely scratched out. Yeah, because he's the embodiment of evil. Oh, I suppose I could just call him Satan. There's an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it has been there for years, as the chalk has faded in some places. The books on these shelves are old and musty. Theology is the dominant subject. See, now there's one thing right here that I'm confused about. Well, okay, so we picked up a music box, but I feel as if there's supposed to be something else in here, and I just haven't been able to find it. If we go talk to Mr. Gravedigger, we'll find out a bit about the leadership here. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, no, wait. Wait, no. It skipped some dialogue. Oh well. Just keep going for now. Okay, so I did not see this the first time I came through. So I want you to look at something. Normal door, correct? Nothing unusual about what we're looking at. But now look. Look at him and line him up against this. These look like feet. This looks like a hand. And then there could be a body. Some sort of shape. And so when I first came up these stairs, I screamed. I actually jumped out my chair. A dusty old tapestry of the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus in her arms. A syringe next to a flask with a label that says morphine. One of the humble beds where nuns sleep. On the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, a well-worn Bible and rosary beads gather dust. Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers unanswered. What do you mean, sister? All these years entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign, for something that can give me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? The Lord works in mysterious ways, sister. Certainly yes, but I don't ask for much, just something to go on, a path to follow. I can't go on, not like this. Excuse me, sir. Sister, please, I just want to be alone. Will you want to be alone after this? Music box. Oh, what a beautiful melody. Reminds me of my youth when I was vibrant, full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you, for you have given me the sign I was looking for. So, what? For some reason the text is repeating. That's creepy. It's like there's a ghost that I'm talking to. There's some sort of glitch, apparently. Yeah, it won't let me do anything, so I believe I'm going to call it a day on this one. And hopefully next time it will get me right back into the game. So until then, this is Daishi, hoping you've enjoyed this first installment of the second chapter of The Last Door. And until next time, this is Daishi, signing out.